Okay. And a fax came in. I had a party a couple of weeks ago, and Scott was the DJ.
Yeah.
Scott the engineer. He did an okay job, except for one moment when the song ended. He wasn't around to play the next song.
Uh-oh.
We stood around for a few minutes, then I went to look for him, and there he was smoking away outside. I went up to him and said, "What are you doing?" And he looked at me like I was crazy. He then ran in and said something about Howard Stern and played the next song. Can you ask him what he meant when he mentioned your name?
Yeah, how does your name come up when he's out on a gig that has nothing to do with this program?
P.S. How is it you don't cheat on your wife? How do you hold out? You're the man. No, I'm not.
Oh, you are cheating.
No, I'm not the man. The man would be cheating. Hey, Scott, do you remember this incident?
I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't listening.
It never happens that you, or does it happen so often you can't tell which gig?
I don't know what he's talking.
No, he wasn't listening to the show. He was back working. Or smoking, I think.
Maybe smoking.
What were you at a gig the other night, this guy says, and you the record ran out and they caught you in the parking lot smoking?
Whoops.
And you came running back in and mentioned Howard Stern?
No. Never
Didn't
happened.
happen.
Never happened.
You swear on your child.
Yes.
What time did you go to bed last night?
About 8:30.
Your eyes are all bloodshot and they're watering.
Really? It could be an allergy.
It's the smoke.
Allergy.
Oh, my God. Because he has a smoke den back there.
Allergy.
Man, look at that.
I'm allergic to air.
Yeah, clean air.
Seriously.
Music the way you like it. Unless I have a nicotine fit.
Do you still have that message on your machine? Music the way you like it?
Yeah.
Can I call it?
Yeah.
You got to hear this message Scott has for his business. Scott decided a couple of years ago he wanted to go into a side business because he didn't make enough money here, and they were always threatening to fire him.
Are you happy you did this?
Oh, sure.
Good.
What's with your voice, man? Is that a radio voice you put on, or is that your voice?
That's my voice.
It's a monotone.
I'm very monotone. And early in the morning, that's what it is.
He doesn't move his mouth when he talks. So, he wasn't making enough money here because he's like a union guy. And they were always threatening to fire him until he became, aren't you safe now?
They don't threaten to fire me.
Oh, well, they tell me they're going to fire you, and then I have to go in and fight for you.
The threats never got discussed.
No, I kept it away from him. I said, maybe it'd be best if you didn't tell Scott you were going to fire him. No, they were always
not nervous enough.
No, because in the union, it doesn't matter how good you are. If you're low man on the totem pole, they have to blow you
You're
out
the
first.
one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're safe, right?
No, I'm never safe.
Oh, really?
I'm still low man on the totem pole.
Are you really?
They've never hired anyone since you?
No.
I thought that after you're in the union for a while...
I'm still low man on the totem pole.
Yeah, but the union protects your job, doesn't it?
No.
No?
To a certain degree.
Why are all the other engineers protected?
There's only
because
two.
Of Scott.
Oh.
There's only two.
Oh, I see. They have to fire you first and then fire them.
Yeah, they can't fire them.
Why can't they fire them and why can they fire you?
They're guaranteed.
What does that mean?
I hate when Scott talks because his voice is so monotone. Can you talk like a normal human being?
There's two guaranteed positions in the union.
Right.
Okay. So
why two, not three?
That was what was agreed upon.
I see. Good agreement.
Yeah. We tried for three.
Right.
They wouldn't go for it.
Oh, so there's always two, and no matter how good you do, and if the other two go out and screw up royally, they have to fire you.
That's correct.
I love unions.
Isn't it a wonderful country we live in?
Knock down the transmitter. Scott will be fired.
Can you imagine running a business in America where you can't fire a guy
the person who's causing you a problem?
Right, you can't. I mean, you have no say over it. That's amazing to me.
That's the way it is. That's why unions have gone down over the last 10 years.
That's why unions have gone down over the last 10 years.
In my considered opinion.
If I may say so. I could go on McNeil later. Call me for crossfire.
Crossfire.
I could do a show
Crossfire.
I could do a show on CNBC.
So, Scott.
Yeah.
What you're saying is that your job is vulnerable still.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I think everybody's is.
So anyway, Scott decided a couple of years ago that he wanted to start the side business.
He needed something to fall back on.
Yeah, so he was going around moaning. I mean, pissing and moaning every day,
I gotta get some money and start a disco business. I can only afford a half a pack of cigarettes.
He always had money for cigarettes.
Never have I seen him without a cigarette.
Yeah, right. But he was just like,
I'd like to start my own disco business. I'm looking for partners.
That wasn't even actually the way it was.
sure it was. What's your recollection?
Well, we could play the
What is your
the best-
recollection?
My recollection is...
What happened?
Well, my educated opinion.
What did you
How I
think
recall.
happened?
What do you recall?
What I recall is...
Yeah.
I had told you that I was going to do some extra work as a DJ, and you said, "Why are you going to do?" And you said, "Why are you going to do that?" I might as well do it myself.
Yeah, go ahead. Stop doing that. Yeah. No, he was going out and he was spinning records as Scott the engineer.
On his head.
Yeah, but he was going out and working for other people.
And so he wasn't getting the full cut. He was having to split the money with someone else.
So you said, "Why don't you go into your own business?" I said, "I don't have the money to buy all the equipment and everything." And you said, "Well, if we'll all chip in."
What is it, Gary?
I have another Scott the Engineer story.
Oh, okay. What's the story?
He sorry about this, Scott, but I'm telling this one because John Stutter will just take too long.
Yeah.
He did Scott did John's girlfriend's parents' wedding.
All right. She's Stuttering John's girlfriend's parents' wedding.
Yeah, right.
Right, go ahead.
So
they got like remarried or something.
Right, they got remarried. So the father was saying there was only one song that was really important. He wanted to play it for his father. It was the most important thing. I guess they told Scott like a million times. And Scott forgot the song. So the groom had to go home and like get the record out of his own collection.
Oh, really?
This time at the
Do you
wedding.
remember that, Scott?
Not that they forgot it. They knew that I couldn't find it.
Oh.
I couldn't find the song. It was an Elvis song. It was.
They knew that because John seemed to be under the impression that they knew you'd have it, and it wasn't there.
I don't
A
remember.
slight misunderstanding.
I don't remember the song.
A miscalculation.
He still doesn't remember the song.
He blocked it out.
It was something, you ain't nothing but a hound,
Hound cat, I think.
It was an obvious song, I remember, but I don't remember the name of it. But Scotty assured them he'd have it.
I will have it. I don't have it. Can I go out and have a cigarette? I'll go smoke.
I mean, why wouldn't you tell them if they had the song and they knew you weren't going to bring it? Why wouldn't they bring it before they got to the wedding?
Tell them to bring it.
Instead of having to leave in the middle, Scott.
Look at Scott. He's like a kid.
I don't recall this.
Like a kid who didn't do his homework.
A number of years ago.
You know, it was so not funny when it was me yesterday.
Yeah.
Looking at Scott now,
It's so funny. Scott's funny. Like, he can't even make up an excuse to you. He just like looks at you and he's like,
He's like a congressman.
Yeah.
I have no recollection.
I have no recollection of that.
I cannot confirm or deny.
I plead nolo contendere.
I take the fifth on that.
So now I'm beginning to believe that other letter was true, too.
oh, who knows?
He doesn't remember.
So,
I believe that they believe
So me,
that they
Robin,
knew I didn't have the song.
who were the original partners? Me, Robin, Fred, Gary,
and Jackie.
Jackie.
Yes.
We all said, hey, let's all chip in $500 apiece. And we told Scott that...
That was a lot of money, $500 a piece.
Yeah, we chipped in so Scott could buy his stupid equipment.
Yeah.
And we seed money. And we told him, okay, when you make some profits, you'll distribute the profits between your partners.
Mm-hmm.
So he was, okay. So, I don't know, for like a year, Scott kept saying he didn't have any profits.
Never any profit.
To this day, he's still in the red.
That's right.
Yeah.
You never make any money.
Got to get new machines, new records.
Oh, always putting money back into
Of
the
course.
I had to get
Always
a
turning
smoking
over that
jacket
money.
for appearances. I have a smoking jacket. Says Rocket Entertainment.
You were all paid back, you know that.
So anyway, so finally Scott paid us all back.
Yes.
And then we gave him his freedom. We said, you know what, Scott, you don't have to give us any of the
broke up
profits.
the corporation.
Yeah.
Kunta Salem. You mean I don't have to pay you?
And you thought Scott would say, no, I insist. He was just like, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See, I'm so glad you didn't ask for anything in return.
And he's been so grateful ever since.
So he started up the big disco business, and he's, of course, gone into advertising. When you call his number, you get a very spiffy... Didn't you hire someone to actually make the message for you, or is it just you?
No, it's him.
It's just self-produced.
I see.
If you want, I don't know. I think that Scott's got a newer one on, but Captain Jackson's on the phone. He's got the original message. That's
Oh, he
one
does?
where Scott slows his voice down
Yeah.
to sound really deep.
So it's
Oh, good.
deeper. Oh, yeah.
Too.
I don't even have that one.
Captain, can you play that?
Yes, good morning.
You see, Captain Smart, most of us don't think to save Scott the engineer's recorded messages.
Who would ever dream?
Oh, I have a message something that he said to me after the message beep, and he yelled at me.
Oh, yeah, we should do that one. But first play the message where he goes, music, Louie.
You want it.
You want it.
This is Rocket Entertainment, the only place to get the music the way you want it. No one's available to take your call right now, so at the sound of the tone, please leave your name, phone number with area code, and any brief message you care to leave. Someone will get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for calling Rocket Entertainment. Music, the way you want it.
And he slowed down the tape so no one would recognize his voice.
But the only tip-off is the...
Yeah, music, the way you want it.
Thanks. You want
Hello, I can't hear you.
You can't hear us?
No, not that well. Okay, now I can.
No.
We didn't say anything.
Your ears just came back on.
So,
He slowed that down even more than it was slowed down.
Did he?
Oh, sure.
Oh, Scott.
Oh, sure.
Rocket Entertainment.
So anyway, Scott deepened his voice, slowed it down so that his voice would sound deep. No one would recognize it. And then what happened, Captain Jakes? You started calling his message?
Yeah, so what I did was I kept calling, and you know that song from the 70s, Billy Don't Be a Hero?
Yeah.
Well, I kept playing it into his answer machine like 50 times.
And he got pissed off at you.
Oh, finally he got angry, and he just came on and yelled at me.
He started yelling at you.
Thank you for making the 50th call. We now have your phone number, and the police and the phone company will be informed, and you will be traced, and you will be arrested. Thank you very much for calling. Have a nice day.
Ooh.
He said a bad word, Howard.
So he left a recorded message that you would get.
The police have been informed. The police are tracing your call.
Thank you for making the 50th call. The police, the FBI, your mother, everyone.
Guys who make phony phone calls live to hear you do that. They live to hear you do it. So if you know that, why'd you do it?
Who do you think was going to believe that you had the police and everybody on the case?
There are people who are murdered and you can't get the police to show up.
You never know.
I have to tell you, Scott, as a phony phone caller myself, you are definitely a target.
Okay. Go for it.
Thank you for making the 50th call. We now have your phone number, and the police and the phone company will be informed, and you will be traced, and you will be arrested. Thank you very much for calling. Have a nice day.
You will be traced.
That's on my CD, Howard.
Arrested. You will be traced. You'll be arrested.
All right, thank you, Captain Drake.
Yes, by the way, Howard, may I give a quick plug for an appearance I'm doing up here?
No.
Ooh.
Go ahead, yes.
Yes, I work at Rocket now.
Yeah, I know. Wait, we'll just give it.
At Stages in downtown Rochester every Thursday night from 5 to 7, Attitude Adjustment Party. Get all the Howard Stern fans out.
All right, very good.
Well, I thank you, Howard.
All right, Captain Jenks, everyone. So there it is, the full story of Scott.
Scott the engineer. So let's call the thing now and see what he sounds like now.
Oh, you got a new one?
You haven't slowed yourself down. Now it's just...
Yeah, I think everyone's wise to that trick.
Adulterated Scott.
Straight voice. With a lot of...
I wonder what music he's using now.
Yeah, I don't think
everybody dance. No.
No music.
Aw.
He doesn't want anything to obscure his delivery.
I'm a very serious businessman.
If I dial that right.
I don't think
it's the 718 number, right?
There you go.
718 bag 5040.
There you go.
Music the way you like it.
Hi, this is Rocket Entertainment. No one's available right now, so please leave your name and phone number with area code, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for calling Rocket Entertainment. Music the way you want it.
Oh, want it.
So you forced yourself to really get your voice up.
Yeah.
Mr. Excited.
I sound peppy. I forced myself.
I try to sound and peppy. I try to sound happy and peppy. Have a little joie de vivre.
I was tired for the rest of the day after I did.
You look really wasted, man. What time did you go to bed last night?
I told you, about 8 o'clock.
Oh, man.
Something like that.
You look really bad.
It was a heavy smoking day yesterday.
It wore me out.
All that lighting and stubbing out. I went through 5 packs. Just opening the cellophane is enough to wear a guy out.
You know how much it takes to keep tapping that cigarette to get the ashes off?
Tap it down.
Exhaust me.
The smoke exhausts me.
Blowing smoke rings is hard work. Do you blow smoke rings?
No.
No?
He doesn't have time to play with the smoke.
You don't even want to look cool. You just
serious smoker.
He just wants to get that nicotine
Very
in.
serious. Yeah.
I just like to smoke. I don't need to play games.
Smoking is very serious.
I take my smoking seriously.
Smoking the way I want it.
I take the smoke straight in.
Can you do a French
and
curl?
I blow it straight out.
I don't play games with my smoke.
Really?
James.
You can't do a French curl?
No.
I do power hits.
Yeah, where you blow the smoke out of your mouth and you pull it in through your nose?
No.
I never do that.
That's stupid.
That would be stupid.
It's not the way.
You
I
can't
like
quit
it.
smoking at this point? You haven't had enough cigarettes?
I think I've had enough.
You're such a baby. He hates his life so much.
Because I
He's
smoke.
trying to
You
get
are,
out.
because you hate your life so much. You know, at this point, he's not trying to look cool. I know that.
No, not at all.
Are you so uncomfortable in social situations that you have to have a cigarette?
No.
Social. He's sitting there by himself smoking like a fiend.
And do you ever exercise or do anything physical?
He walks to the corner to get more.
Because I'm looking at Scott's arms and shoulders and stuff, and they're atrophying.
Yeah.
I'm out of shape.
Yeah, you really are. Take off your shirt.
No.
Let me see what you look like with your shirt
The
on.
blob.
No.
Come on.
No.
He looks like he smokes. And you look like
smoke.
I don't think you could run a whole block.
All he needs at this point is a head and lungs.
Right.
So he can get
And a hand so he can get the cigarette up there.
That's it.
I can't wait to visit Scott in the hospital when they put the blowhole in, and he's picking up that piece of
I
meat.
can see him every time we talk about this. I think about that guy I told you about
All right,
who
that's
had the tube that went to, because everything was wasted. Nothing
Right.
worked on him anymore. And he had a tube that went to this little cigarette holder.
Right.
Little plastic tube, and he could still suck in the smoke by putting the finger over the hole.
When we go visit him in the hospital, we'll be like, oh, Scott.
You look like Commander Pike.
Yeah. Commander Pike, we're going to your planet again, and Star Trek Federation demands that you turn around. Will you turn around? Will you give Spock the order to turn around? Oh.
Working well.
Oh, boy, we need new batteries.
Wait, I can fix it.
I need a cigarette.
Oh, there you go.
Commander Pike.
Don't upset him. Oh, dear, he's getting upset.
Scott, do you want another cigarette?
He's shaking his head.
I say we're only a year away from that. I don't think we're far. What is it, Gorilla?
I was gonna say, like, sometimes I've worked with Scotty before, and like he like brings a tuxedo with him.
Yeah.
Sometimes he doesn't even go into the bathroom to change. He'll look around, see if no one's there, and he'll change like right behind like his little DJ booth.
Yeah, and you've seen him naked?
Not naked, but he had his shirt off, and it was like, whew.
Okay. He's really out of shape, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he eats like a really unhealthy lunch every day. His arms sag like an old lady.
Yeah.
What do you eat for lunch? Would you order Chinese food, and what else do you have?
Wait, for breakfast every day he has a toasted onion bagel with cream cheese.
Really?
Just lately, I was eating cereal for a long
Yeah,
time.
he was doing good for a while. He lost weight.
Yeah.
And then he just gave up again.
And then I wonder why. And then
When did you know?
a couple of weeks ago he gave up. And what about lunch? I always used to see him in there with big bowls of spaghetti. And
I used to see a van, would just back up and
back up.
crates of food.
I don't
head
eat- I
down
don't
to
eat
the
that much.
engineering room.
Now that I'm full, I'll smoke.
I eat toast and cigarettes.
How many cigarettes have you had so far today?
I don't know.
16.
Should I get his ashtray?
Yeah, go get his ashtray. We're gonna count.
I don't even
'Cause he
know.
empties
You
it
might
every
have
night.
to
Yeah, but
Go
sometimes he
through the
dumps it
trash
out.
can and everything with Scott.
Yeah. Well, it was a tough morning. I don't usually smoke this much.
I was suffering from allergies, so I had to smoke more.
Smoking helps me to forget.
Kills the power.
How many's he got in there? Let me see.
3.
Did you look in the trash can?
Yeah, but how many did you throw out?
I don't know.
What about
Couple.
the car ride this morning?
Oh, probably about 15.
No, come on. How many cigarettes do you figure you smoked already today? Be honest. 10? You smoked 10 cigarettes.
Not more than that.
Yeah.
More than 10.
10 already.
I stopped before I wake
here,
up.
Yuck.
and here in New York, it's 6:45 in the morning. He's so addicted.
Oh, God.
I'm very addicted.
Do you ever, at any point during the day, get tired of smoke?
Never.
I don't smoke when I nap.
I set the alarm clock early so I can wake up and have a cigarette.
There's one always lit.
I'm always smoking an hour before I wake up.
I have a special tube. I can stop smoking while I'm sleeping.
Because even when I was a smoker, at some point I'd say, I'm just sick of this.
Like I'd be walking outside sometimes when I was on my way to classes when I was in college, and I was forcing myself to light up. I just needed that cigarette. I said, it's a beautiful day. I don't even smell the air. I'm busy smoking, and it's windy, and I can't even see the smoke coming out of my mouth, and I'm really addicted. And I used to get disgusted. I wanted to throw out my pack. He never gets like that.
And sometimes you just put them down. You just move away, and maybe you don't have that cigarette for another hour.
Right.
An hour? Uh-oh. What does it mean an hour?
Are you crazy?
Have you ever gone like 3 hours without a cigarette?
Oh, yeah.
On the plane?
Yeah, when we force him.
Well, I've gone, obviously, 5 hours without.
Right. I don't let him smoke sometimes, just to see what he looks like at the end of it.
Oh, we do remotes.
And the whole time you think of the cigarette, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You remember when they first banned cigarette smoking on airplanes?
I know. You went nuts. You threw a fit. And Scott does this weird move.
How dare they?
When we're at the airport and we're going on a road trip or something, he'll stand there and he smokes right up until the point he gives the woman the ticket.
That's right. He's smoking right to the gate.
Yeah, like maybe if he just smokes his brains out, it'll last him through the plane ride.
I start eating cigarettes without lighting them.
And then he has a whole bunch of things he carries with him to gratify his oral fixation, the gum and...
He has enough nicotine on his fingers, he sucks on them for the plane ride.
I bring a jar of tar
to drink.
You see his fingers? They're yellow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They last 6 hours.
He stinks like a cigarette. All right, get out of here.
Thank you.
Both of you.
It's been such a gratifying day.
All right, thanks for coming in. I'm running late here.
Now he'll have a cigarette.
Yeah, go have a cigarette. Will you have a cigarette to calm down from this?
Of course. Yeah. No doubt about it.
The camera's got to follow.
Yeah, the camera's going to follow him to watch him smoke.
To watch him light up.
Yeah, get that little camera.
There we go.
And I want him to stand there. If he tries not to smoke, stand there until he has to.
The death rattle.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Listen to his lungs. Can we magnify that somehow?
And Scott,
put it on the board?
Yes, I can do that.
Wonderful.
Scott also hates whenever I mention, like, cancer, blowholes, tubes that he's going to be connected to. He goes crazy.
Oh, you should see. Just now when you mentioned it, his face dropped.
He goes, no.
Everything was fine. And then,
No.
Happen to be.
Why do you get crazy over that? You know it's going to happen.
Smoking?
I know.
You know what's going to happen to you, right?
And you know, Scott, at the volume you smoke, if you don't get sick, cancer is not caused by cigarettes.
Plus, he looks like a guy who's susceptible to cancer anyway, even if he didn't smoke.
Thanks.
No, you do. I could tell. He's probably got it already.
Oh, it's in there.
Have you gone to a doctor? When's the last time you went to a doctor?
6 months ago.
And what do? They check your lungs and everything? And he says you don't have any cancer?
No.
Really? You
I'm
sure?
fine. So far.
What did your doctor? Is he a smoker, too?
No, he's
fine.
He's the president of Philip Morris.
Beats me over the head. Stop.
My doctor works for Philip Morris.
Just
tell all the listeners to tune in next Wednesday or Thursday. That's when we'll be testing Scott's lungs yet again.
All right.
I think I'll...
Aren't you sick that day?
I think I'm off next week.
Our favorite part is watching Scott blow into that little tube and turn red and shake.
Yeah, remember the last time he almost passed out.
What do I do again? I blow into this tube.
Can I smoke while I'm doing it?
And the guy sits there as a cheerleader. Come on, Scott, you can do it. You can do it.
And then the guy always turns to Scott at the end and he goes, Scott, the age of your lungs is 105 years old.
You're dead.
Scott goes,
You're dead.
105?
Whoa. We light up and celebrate.
How could that be? Last year they were 95. You mean I aged 10 years in a year?
That's impossible.
How can my lungs be 105? You can't be that old.
Something is wrong with your equipment.
My lungs are dead.
My lungs are dead.
They're decaying.
But I want it rigged so we can hear how bad off his lungs are, when he breathes in. The wheezing and the noise.
Do you get up every morning and starts coughing up stuff?
No.
He refuses.
That's right, I refuse.
You cough, though.
I cough,
yeah. First sound out of you. Do you light up a cigarette before you get out of bed?
No.
But right in the bathroom when you're sitting on the bowl.
No.
When is the first cigarette smoke?
Probably when I get in the car.
First cigarette is the car?
Mm-hmm.
So how long does it take you to get your first cigarette in the morning? Like, does it take you 15 minutes to get to the car?
Half hour.
Half hour? Are you thinking about your first cigarette?
No.
Really?
Then why do you light it?
So I'm not thinking about. I mean, it's just a habit. I got to think. If I thought about it, maybe I wouldn't light it.
Habits.
And so, how long does it take you to get into the city?
About 20 minutes.
6 hours.
6 hours.
20 minutes?
Keep smoking. Yeah.
So how many cigarettes?
I drive around the roundabout.
So you have at least 3 cigarettes in the car?
No way. I have
2.
1.
Only 1.
That's it.
And it's 3 feet long.
Extra long.
Because the cigarettes away. I like it.
All right, I've heard enough about cigarettes. Thank you, Scott.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, we're going to take a break. You know, most people are addicted, but he's super addicted.
Yeah, this is worse than any heroin addict.
How many packs you up to? You don't admit it. You don't care if you die.
Of course I.
No, you don't. Your life isn't all that exciting.
Oh, thank you.
You have to spin disco records when I'm not yelling at you. All right, go back there to your miserable life.
Thank you.
All right.
Follow him. Watch him smoke.
Okay. Go light up. All right, Scott the engineer. And by the way, you can call 718-BAG-5040 if you'd like Scott to MC your party.
If you want to see this man.
The best. The best.
Yeah, and he will smoke for you if you want.
Don't ask for that Elvis record.
Music the way you want it.
10% discount if I can smoke.